Alright, last we left off, there was, I actually don't remember. It was like a thing with, oh, right. The defendant was actually refuted to be the forger. We all thought the victim was the forger, but it's the defendant. And her dad is a phony imposter. A phony baloney imposter. I just ate baloney. If you hear something in the background, that's a dishwasher. I'm washing dishes. Okay, so where exactly does this leave us, Apollo? Well, the Drew Misham who was killed wasn't Drew Misham the forger, basically. Huh? Well then, who was he? Well, he was actually a shish doing her nails. A shishner bobber, yeah. So, you really made those forgeries? Yes. For father. I know it was wrong. Could you tell us how it happened? My father was a painter. I loved painting ever since I was a child. One day, father saw it in me. He saw that I had the talent. The talent for making forgeries? How should I say it? It was not only paintings I made. Given the materials, I could make anything. Anything. Counterfeit money. My father was so proud and I so happy. But in the end, I was making those forgeries. I've never had a good constitution or personality. I know very little of the world outside my door. Weird girl. Hello. Now, because of me, father is dead. Do you know about this red envelope? I remember that envelope. It was some time ago. So you were already you were already creating your works back then? I started when I was only 12 years old. Child labor! So the one who figured out the stamp was poisoned. That was... Mr. Justice, it's time. To the courtroom, please. Right. Out of time. Ah, so he wouldn't have known that the stamp was poisoned. Because it was meant for, Vera. Wait, Vera, just one more thing, please. Those 3 paintings in the studio. I painted those as part of my work. Right. See, we checked them out, and we saw what was underneath. We saw the rough sketches underneath the 3 finished paintings. Can you predict the future? I see. Mr. Justice. Yes? Father, he knew of you. What? Of both of you? What? Your late father? He was watching, gathering information. All about the Wright & Co. law offices. What? But lately we're not doing just law. I haven't been a lawyer law firm for several years. Yes, you do tricks, gags to amuse, and play piano. Well, they're not really gags. Yet when father heard you had resumed the legal business. Ugh. How pleased he was. Who was Mr. Measham? How am I supposed to know? What if he was Daddy's daddy? Judging from the relative ages involved, I'd say it's highly unlikely. Yeah, she'd be the same age, sort of age to Phoenix. Things are already confusing enough with all these daddies running around. We know that the victim's daughter, Vera, was the forger. What does this mean for the case? Guess we're about to find out. Oh, right. Court is now back in session. Vera seems pretty tense. She's practically chewing her fingernails clean off. Perhaps you could begin by telling us how it all worked. How'd you set up this Drew Misham forger persona? There's that stare again. Oh shoot, did I forget to... Hold on. So embarrassing, I didn't remember whether or not I uploaded the previous video. I know it's hard for you, but hey, he's a handsome guy. What's hard? Anyway. Very well, miss. If you would, how did you really make those detestable forgeries? Perhaps you'd rather answer my question. Were you the one who painted that painting? The remarkably similar one? Yes. I painted it, yes. Father praised me quite highly for it. So, she was the one who made the forgeries. Yet she did not wish to reveal the truth of her operation. So the victim was a stand-in, a decoy. To the world at large, he was the forger, not her. I've done a bad thing. I have. Regardless, we need a little more information. Your witness. About, for instance, this. You have seen this before, yeah? Yes, it was in the desk drawer. Very well, you may proceed with your testimony. Tell us everything you know about this envelope. Sorry if my voice is off, I haven't shit right in a week. I created things and Father sold them. This envelope came after my first work. That was other than a painting. Father handled the deal, all of it. Yeah, that was... I should not have said that. Ugh. But for real, it's... I don't know, I feel whack, feel funny. I received the stamp that was in that envelope. It was after that job that we moved to the current studio. Oh. There certainly was much of great interest in your testimony. Not that the witness realizes it. Very well, please begin the cross-examination. Right, okay. I need more information about this forger. This Drew Measham. I created things and Father sold them. So, by other than a painting, you mean you'd only done paintings up to that point? Yes, but Father had a realization. He noticed my talent extended to making things other than paintings. For instance, a letter someone had written, or a fingerprint left upon a cup, or a signature on a document, a seal upon a letter. None of this makes her sound very innocent at all. Well, at least she's not confessing to murder. And the 100,000 promised in this letter was the start. The beginning of a new industry for Drew Measham. A new industry? The creation of items to be used in criminal proceedings. Forging evidence, in other words. Oh. Father handled the deal, all of it. So, these things you are making are... You mean paintings identical to other paintings, right? The closer they were, the happier Father was. I was happy too. Still, you're quite young now. When did you begin this work? My first painting sold when I was 12. Your Honor, she had no idea what she was doing was illegal. Easy there, little Atani. Fuck you. You're not here to defend her for the crime of forgery. Sure. Please, tell us more about this envelope. This envelope that may very well have killed your father. Alright. Father handled the deal. So you didn't know how the things you were making were being used. I enjoy painting very much. I think I understand. The Fräulein has lived in an unusual little world. Can you tell us what happened to the papers that were in this envelope? Father signed them and sent them back, I believe. Did he follow the instructions? Send in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp. This is a rather important matter. Give your answer some thought. What do you mean you received it? Did I do something wrong? You didn't use that stamp because it was dangerous, correct? Deadly poison, on the back, atrocinine. Oh boy. A moment here, forehead. Leading the witness, you can't force an answer upon the weakness. Called it! That's a leading question, bitch. Now then, perhaps you would tell me, Fräulein Vera, why did you receive this stamp? Is something wrong? It was beautiful. Ah, you mean it was one of those commemorative stamps? Yes, I think it was. So, you didn't know about the poison? Ugh. Sorry, dude. I guess not. So the trap failed by chance. By mistake. Hey, coincidence. There's a lot of coincidences in this world. The world runs on luck. Thanks to this commemorative stamp. Quite the close call. It was after that job that we moved to the current studio. You mean you moved to where the current Drew studio is? Joey Drew. Yes, we saw very few people there. I began drawing picture books. This single job had tied them to the criminal underworld. I'd think Mr. Measham wished to reduce their visibility in the world at large. When we had to meet someone for some reason, Father posed as the creator of the work. So that was the real essence of the artist, Drew Measham. You did the work and he supplied the face. So, you really didn't know anything, did you? You had no idea how much danger you were in. Apparently not. About this commemorative stamp, could you tell us more about it? It was very pretty, and more than that. Yes? It was a picture of people I liked at the time. This is something new. It's a shitty Saturday. Sorry, I'll stop whining about my life. Apparently, we've got some cross-examination yet ahead of us. If you'd be so kind as to continue your testimony, Fräulein. Magicians? Magicians? I love mysterious things. I always have. Even though she fainted when she saw Mr. Hat. You're confusing mysterious with freaky. Father took me where I was very young. I forgot what voice I did for Mr. Hat. Hey guys, it's me, Mr. Hat. Motherfucker. It was a great magic show. I loved it so much. See? Isn't magic great? Fine, great, yeah, sure. I need to get all excited. But the magic troupe we saw disbanded soon after. I was quite sad. Did she just say what I think she said? Magic troupe. Have we ever heard that before? The red envelope came after she'd completed her first job. That makes a letter from her client. Whoever wanted a forgery made. Apollo! We're close. We just have to piece together the parts. A deadly weapon in a red envelope, and the path it took to take Drew Measham's life. I created things and... Oh. 7. Seriously? Dude. Ah, thank God. No, no, no. Is it anything like... No, wait. Can we open it now? I guess not. After she completed her first job. So... that makes a lot of... A deadly envelope. The stamp. That wasn't it. Of course, I can't present people as evidence. So, is it this guy? Ah, I was uncertain because, like, so many times I've done what I think would be the obvious evidence, but nope, this game is making me doubt myself. Those magicians you liked, was it this bunch? Apollo, they're not a bunch.
I see. Still, I have to wonder, why include a commemorative stamp like that in a business letter?
Good question. Well, pretty stamps are always better, and it can't be Troop Gramarye.
But the whole murder plan was a failure because of it. Ironic, don't you think, Prosecutor Gavin? Oh, Prosecutor Gavin.
Gramarye? What's with Gavin? Might I ask just one question of this witness? In your testimony just now, you stated this was your first work that was other than a painting? Please tell me, what exactly did you make? Can I ask why?
No! Answer the question.
Now. Ah, there we go. He's got his cool back. You're scaring her.
Prosecutor Gavin, you're usually not the one whose volume concerns me.
Yes, it is unbecoming of me. I apologize. But I must know. Please, Miss Measham, tell me. It was a book. A single page in a book. A book? Please be more specific. It was a handwritten book. Like a diary. No! I don't... No! Is he realizing that he might have used forged evidence? What's wrong with Prosecutor Gavin? He looks like he just saw a ghost. Miss Measham, this book. Was there a picture of a silk hat on the back cover? Yes or no? How did you know? Prosecutor Gavin, the defendant is answering all of your questions. Stop badgering her. He's told you nothing, has he? Your soiled, sullied mentor. Nothing? Sullied who? Phoenix Wright. Who else? Oh, right, I forgot he was in this game. Daddy? He never told you about the trial 7 years ago. About how he came to lose his attorney's badge? Obi-Wan never told you about your father. He told me enough. He said you killed my father. No, I am your father. No. Fucking... It was a certain piece of evidence that decided his fate, you know. A certain diary. On the back, it bore the mark of a silk hat. What? The forged evidence. Phoenix Wright tossed out of the profession by false evidence. And the forger who made that evidence is this girl standing right in front of me. Vera, you must tell us. The evidence you made was used in a trial 7 years ago. Who asked Drew Measham, you, to forge the evidence? For all our sakes, who was it? I mean, surely that's a cold case, right? Who gives a shit? No such thing as cold cases in the Phoenix Wright universe. Multiverse. Omniverse, cinematic universe. We only met once. You met the client? Well, who was it? It was... What's going on with Vera? She's staring at Prosecutor Gavin's face again. It was your dipshit brother, wasn't it? Is there something about me? I remember clearly. I remember who gave me the book. The diary. Who was it? Vera! Oh god, she died! The devil. What? Defendant Vera Measham, condition unconscious. Oh, I thought she did a cyanide tablet. Examiner diagnosis, acute atroquinine poisoning. She did do a suicide. Take the goddamn pill, Pim! This ends the recording of the trial for the murder of Drew Measham. What? Vera Measham was, during the trial, poisoned by an unknown assailant. The doses were just under the lethal amount, sparing the defendant's life. Oh, okay. She is currently in intensive care and is not be disturbed for any reason. Honestly, it's all like, and then she is dead. Serious. When she says that she was terrified. And her heart skipped a beat. She is deceased. Is something that I overheard from the other room. And is not at all related to the defendant's condition. Wow, whoever wrote this is an asshole. A very simple case at first glance, until it finally began to show its true colors. Long road to the truth takes us to the record of another trial. In some ways, that was the starting point of it all. Yo! He is stripped the fuck out, and that is where we must go. Baby Juicy! To find the whole truth. To be continued. We're gonna do one more, because I feel like this was a bit too short. You know? So, we'll just skip smash cut. Showdown time. Sorry, dude. It's only a game of poker. A game I've played for a long time, and only lost twice. Who was the first? The man I killed, of course. Well, seems I found the partner I've been looking for all along. Over a game of cards. Why, yes, over a game of cards. That was how we first met. 7 years ago. Phoenix Wright's final trial until the next game. April 19th. Phew, okay. It's been a long time since I felt like such a rookie. Gotta try and relax. Good morning, Mr. Enigmar. I'm sorry to have sprung this on you so suddenly. I received the files from your previous attorney only yesterday. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure I'm prepared. I understand. I am asking the impossible of you. Yes, well, you haven't really told me what happened yet. All we did was play cards. And that was enough. Actually, it wasn't. Trust me. Ah.
Oh, morning, Daddy.
Oh, I'm so glad you came.
You okay, Daddy? They picking on you?
I am fine as always. This old boy here is here to help me after all. That's young man to you. Good morning. That's a cute outfit you have on.
Thanks. My first show's today, after all.
Oh, I'm sure it is. What the heck's she talking about? She a magician?
Oh, boy.
Oh, me! Look what he started.
Here.
It seems fate clock will make me wait a little longer. At least only less than 10 swift minutes remain to all those who support me. Like, well, give thanks, farewell. Oh my god, he's quitting Twitter. Sayonara, you weeaboo shits.
I don't know. I just got it over there in the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the spiky hair. They said it was really important.
What's this? A memo for you, or some such?
Not from the looks of it. What is this? Looks like a page from someone's diary. Oh, the forged evidence. I'll give it a read later.
Well, how do you feel about the trial today?
Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god, they killed a fucking wizard. Magnifi Grammary. Oh, we can prove that it was a suicide. Also, malignant tumor found in victim's liver. Oh my god. Loss of blood from bullet wound. Shady Enigmar. Usually goes by the stage name Zach Grammary. The victim in this case died after being shot in the head while in the hospital. That's my lawyer badge. It proves I'm an attorney.
How do you feel about the trial today?
We'll get through it. Somehow. Incidentally, the prosecutor today is a new guy here.
Ah, an easy one then, yes.
They're calling him a true thoroughbred in the history of the prosecutor's office. And as is customary with every new Ace Attorney game, Phoenix must face off against a rookie prosecutor. They get younger every time. Yes, of course. There's a new one of those. There's one of those every year. See? Lampshaded.
The switching of attorneys just before the trial. I know it is a difficult situation I put you in. But allow me to say one thing, Mr. Wright.
Yes?
They will not be able to pronounce me guilty today. So do your best, but do not worry.
First time a defendant's ever given me a pep speech. I'll do what I can.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. I see you do not understand. You see, it will be impossible for them to declare a verdict.
Impossible?
Yes, isn't that right, Juicy?
Yep, you met Danny.
My first look at the case was only yesterday, and the information I was given was a tad bit lacking, to be honest. Still, I'll do what I can, for their sake.
I believe the curtains will be lifted any time now. I am in your capable hands, Mr. Wright.
My client is Shady Enigmar, known to the world as Zach Grammary, a wildly popular magician, star of Troop Grammary. His mentor, Magnifi Grammary, was a rare breed of magician. He single-handedly ushered in a golden age of stage magic until he was shot dead. Sure, he wasn't just trying to do the catch a bullet with your teeth trick? And Zach Grammary is the suspect.
Court is now in session for the trial of Shady Enigmar.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Wow, he looks so cool.
Is the prosecution ready?
I was just thinking, is this what all the fuss is about? Bit of a buzzkill, really.
Buzzkill? Is this some new kind of crime?
Yeah, it's when you kill him with a buzzsaw. Happened to my friend Buzzkill Bones. And he's a real buzzkill because whenever you say the word buzzkill, it's like, not cool. My wife was buzzkilled. Such a buzzkill. I am... Terrible jokes, I know. Worst Like the male Amy Schumer. Where are the sweaty palms, the pounding hearts? I think I got it from, 5 Second Films. Actually, you know what? No. I'm gonna show this. I'm gonna show it. Ugh, here comes the guy who watched his wife get her limbs ripped apart by a robot he built named Buzz, but was reprogrammed by the government to kill his loved ones. What a buzzkill. Incidentally, we've taken to call him that even though he tells us not to, since it reminds him of how Buzz kills stuff now. We do it anyway.
The joke starts with the guy's wife being viciously murdered.
Hey, I don't like that.
Sorry, dude. I had to, so people could understand the reference. It's done. We can get back to playing the game now. A Gaviner's concert got 10 times the thrill this gig's got. Who are you again? Clavier Gavin. I came to get the party started legally, yeah? Ah, fuck. Gavin. Defense attorney Christoph Gavins. Big as my bros, more famous in this part of town. Stuck in the shadow. Clavier Gavin, lead singer for the mega hit band The Gaviners. You're out of your league, rock boy. I know what you're thinking. You're out of your league, rock boy. True, my debut single, 13 Years Hard Time for Love, went platinum overnight, but that's just a hobby to me compared to this, yeah? Talkative, aren't you? I like your affected Euro-rock accent, by the way. I'm just getting warmed up, Herr Attorney Wright. I assumed you'd call him Herr Hedgehog or something. Perhaps you would be so kind as to fill us in on the case. Achtung, baby. Time to call on the opening act. What was his name again? Yes, Detective Gumshoe. Oh, shit, I missed it. Hey, there he is. There's our guy. And you are...
Hey, you were the one who called me up here, sir. Name's Dick Gumshoe. I'm a homicide detective down at the precinct.
Detective Gumshoe. Long time no see.
Hey, you.
Huh? Not me?
Today's the day, pal. Today I win and you lose.
Oh, you have no idea. Fucking hours from now, he's gonna be like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. I got Phoenix Wright sacked. Oh, Edgeworth's never gonna forgive me for this.
I got confidence in my testimony today, see?
What, you normally lack confidence in your testimony? Herr Detective, this is my stage. Can the antics.
Huh?
All this hey you and such. And I could care less about your history together. It's just not the same without Edgeworth.
Very well, Detective Gumshoe, if you would. Please tell us about the case at hand.
Where is Edgeworth? I hear he's doing something... He's doing a side adventure with a ninja girl and some kind of prep kid.
It happened 6 days back in a room at the General Hospital. The facts are as simple as they come. Here's the crime scene. The victim was a patient asleep in a hospital bed. The killer comes in, puts a pistol to his forehead, and bam, lights out. Them's the facts. Not so long ago, the victim, Magnifi Grammarly, was a famous man. He had the entire country under his magical spell, as it were.
Ah, yes, the great magician. He retired years ago, though. Say the name Magnifi to one of my generation, and you'd be lucky to get a blank stare. It's the Caps. Sorry, I was thinking about, the anime where, Edgeworth says, it's the Caps.
Yes, today, though, I'm sure the youngsters today know his disciples even better. I dare say Troop Grammarly has made themselves quite a name for themselves. Anyhow, the retired Magnifi has been in the hospital for the last year. What was it? A malignorant tumor or something. Doing something to his, liver, I think. Yeah. A malignant tumor, perhaps.
In other words, he had liver cancer. He had only 3 months left to live, in fact. Oh, frick. God, that's... Jesus.
The facts do seem simple enough. But something's not right.
The victim was already climbing a 3-month stairway to heaven. Why not wait for him to knock, knock, knock on Evan's door? Why shoot him? Maybe it was a mercy kill. I wouldn't have put it quite so lyrically, but it's true. Why make the effort to commit murder when the victim was about to die?
Incidentally, the victim had a serious case of diabetes.
Diabetes? In fact, he was about to shoot up with insulin when he was shot with a pistol. The syringe was found at the crime scene. Chronic diabetes and cancer. As much as it pains me to say it, the victim was clearly at the end of his life. Jesus fucking Christ.
I believe the question before us is clear. Why did the killer have to shoot this dying man?
Why don't we ask him?
What reason could he have had?
Very well, Detective. Perhaps you can enlighten us as to the circumstances of the shooting.
Yes, sir. Actually, the victim kinda ordered the defendant to do him in.
Knew it.
A few days before it happened, the victim sent a letter ordering his own murder.
Why are we even having a trial then?
The defendant did what was asked of him and shot the old man in the forehead. A bullet was fired from the pistol found at the scene, no doubt about it. And the pistol definitely belonged to the old man's son.
Sometimes the spirit of the law is more important than the letter of the law, right? Because, like, yes, what he did was technically murder, but, I mean, the victim wanted it to happen. He was suffering. He was going to be dead in 3 months, and dying of cancer, way more painful than dying of a shot to the head.
You're saying the victim ordered his own shooting?
Those are the facts. I have here the letter in question.
Very unusual indeed. Although, could such a thing as a letter really cause one to pull a trigger, I wonder?
I believe the answer to that question can be found at the end of the letter.
You cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why. Detective Gumshoe, can you explain this to the court? Unfortunately, even the defendant won't say a peep about that bit, sir.
Why? It could get you acquitted. One thing bothers me about this. Why didn't he just say 11? Why have him come at 11:05 without some specific reason? The devil is in the details, Herr Attorney.
Well, was there some reason?
As it turns out, there was. Every night for a half hour, starting at 11, the victim, Magnifique Gramry, was given an IV. An IV.
There it is in the picture, off to the side of the bed. At 11, a doctor would come.
At 11, a doctor would come to set up the IV. I gotta read the names before I read the dialogue. 30 minutes later, he would come back for the empty bag. This happened every night without fail. So that was the only time they could meet without the chance of an untimely interruption during his IV.
Very well, shall we begin? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you would.
What's this reason he couldn't refuse, I wonder? Could have at least mentioned it to me. Whoa, Phoenix sounds different. Just because he got the letter doesn't mean he went through with it. Is that Eric Vale, I think? Oh, I disagree. The victim was indeed shot in the forehead after all, just as he had commanded. Could be a setup. But let's not be in such a hurry. Maybe we should let the witness talk for a change.
Thanks, pal.
Fine, I can play it slow as well as I can play it fast. On with the testimony, Detective Gumshoe. And I don't just mean I'm not just talking about jacking off. Sorry, no time to look at your attorney badge, Phoenix. Yeah, definitely a different voice actor. Not that it matters, because in the next game, he gets voiced by Sam Riegel. And this letter was sent by the victim.
There it is. Gotcha. You're all mine this time, pal.
huh?
I had the handwriting checked out, of course. It's the victims. No mistake.
Huh, I see.
Ha ha ha. Score 1 for the boys.
Who wrote this shit? Oh. Magnific Grammary. Looks like the same handwriting. I don't know how... Like, do they have the same serifs or something? Serifs. That's what Sans Serif and Comic Sans don't have. Comic Sans, it's a comic version of Sans Serif. I didn't lose. I was just ascertaining the facts. So why am I so annoyed?
But a little order in your own death. Things aren't what they used to be, I guess.
Yeah, because Sigmund Freud, he asked his friend to kill him with a morphine shot. But with a gun? I'm not sure this is exactly commonplace even now, Your Honor.
So anyway, guess I'll keep going while I'm ahead.
What are they...
The defendant did what was asked of him and shot the old man in the forehead.
How can you be so sure? Shit.
Hey, you gotta learn to stop relying on people to do your thinking for you, pal. Learn to think for yourself. Get that noggin cranking.
You fail to grasp the concept of questioning, detective. You've had, like, what? 10 years? How long have you been a detective, man?
First, we got this letter. It says shoot in the forehead, loud and clear.
I can see that, but I still wouldn't do it.
Well, maybe you need to grow yourself a backbone, pal.
You fail to grasp the concept of shooting people as bad, detective.
Oh! We also found the defendant's pistol at the scene.
Traces of gunpowder residue show that it has been fired recently. This shit? This shitty-ass gun?
Well, Mr. Wright, as far as I can tell from looking at this photo, there seems to be no issue with the prosecution's claim.
That does not look like a bullet hole, though. Where's the blood splatter? Where is the burn marks? The photo. Maybe there's something in there I can use. So they're saying the defendant shot the victim in the forehead? I think there's a hole in the prosecution's argument. Clearly, Mr. Enigmar shot something else. Looking at this photo, another possibility occurs to me.
Yes?
What does the letter tell us? That the defendant had a reason he couldn't refuse his teacher's wishes.
Bingo, pal. That's why the defendant popped him one in the forehead.
Nuh-uh. Oh, the defense disagrees. You see, the defendant had another choice he could make. What, and you can prove that with this photo? I can prove he had a choice, yes.
The defendant might have fired like he was ordered, but he didn't shoot the victim's forehead. Well, let's hear what you're thinking, Mr. Wright. If he didn't shoot the victim's forehead, what did the defendant shoot?
It was this thing. Oh.
The clown doll?
Take a closer look. See? It's been shot in the forehead, too. And that looks much more like a bullet hole.
Ah, there's a hole in his forehead.
The wound in the victim looks more like, I don't know, something that'd be done with a power drill. And a hole in the prosecution's claim. Like maybe if he was shot with a bolt gun, the spike that they use to euthanize cows. And I suppose you'd have a reason as to why he'd shoot the clown doll. He didn't just shoot the doll, he shot the doll's forehead. His forehead. Let's read the orders once more, shall we? You will shoot one shot square in the forehead, which is exactly what he did. He shot the clown doll square in the forehead.
The defense has raised an intriguing possibility. That hole in the clown's forehead. It definitely looks like it was shot. Bailiff, send someone to investigate this matter.
I admit I'm impressed, but I expected nothing less. I am still... Yeah, good. It's cause like, I got 2 screens, but my laptop keeps blocking the edge of one of my screens, so, like, it blocks some important information, like the time. Still, this doesn't mean he didn't shoot the victim. Nice objection, Phoenix. Very nice. Perhaps he did have to shoot a forehead, as ordered. But the letter says nothing about whose forehead. This was the only way he had to follow his orders without taking a life.
The bullet hole in the clown's doll's forehead does demand an explanation. It might very well be a clue, yet Prosecutor Gavin is right. It alone does not prove the defendant's innocence. You cannot say for sure the defendant didn't shoot the victim.
So sorry, Mr. Wright. How sad it is to see the mighty fall. How sad it is to see the novice's overconfidence. He doesn't realize just how big this little hole is going to get. And what do you say? Shall we leave it alone? Should we play it safe? Nah, you think? Let's make it bigger! I've been watching a lot of Doctor Who recently, if you can't tell.
Detective Gumshoe, please take this newfound fact into account as you continue your testimony.
So what if he shot the clown? He still shot the victim, pal. I didn't have time to gather all the details before coming in here. This testimony might be my only source of information. Better pay attention and read this letter carefully. No, that wasn't it. I entrust the task of lowering my life's curtain. Come on the 13th. Square in the forehead. 1 shot. 1 shot. He can't have shot twice because it only said 1 shot. The bullet. The pistol definitely belonged to yes. Nope, because... Oh, come on! The testimony contradicts the evidence. No. Fuck. It's like I'm back there. Okay, let's... Whoopsie! I hope this doesn't take as long as last time. Okay, good. So let me get this straight. Never gonna happen, Phoenix. This is... You're saying my client first shot the clown, then shot the victim?
Hey, not a bad summary, pal.
More of a confirmation than a summary, but whatever. That is really more of a confirmation than a summary. But our defense attorney seems pleased enough with himself. Do these people ever miss a chance to mock me? Well, now that Mr. Wright's gotten out of his system, shall we continue with the testimony? I didn't have time to gather all the details before coming in here. This testimony might be my only source of information. Better pay attention and read this letter carefully. I'm playing through these games so I can see the fucking sequel to Turnabout Storm, the Phoenix Wright and My Little Pony crossover. It's so good, you gotta see it. He still shot the victim. But it only says 1 shot. It only says 1 shot, bro. Single gunshot to the head. It says... Bullet shot the old man in the forehead. But it might have been the clown's forehead he shot.
Okay, so he practiced first on the doll and shot him.
He practiced in the middle of the hospital. Anyone could have come in at any moment.
Yeah, but no one did come, did they, pal? Besides, it's what I would have done. Always look before you shoot, I say.
I suggest we move on. This is getting us nowhere. Patience. We'll get there sooner than you think.
Very well, please continue with your testimony, detective.
Fired from the pistol found at the scene. You mean this pistol, the one in the crime scene photo?
That's the one. It's a funny-looking gun, so there's no mistaking it.
We compared the bullet taken from the victim's skull with the bullet fired from this gun. The firefield marks on the bullet were a perfect match. So, you verified the murder weapon, in other words.
You bet we did. And the pistol definitely belonged to the old man, sir.
Why are you so certain?
What pile of sand has your head been stuck in all this time, pal? You never heard of Zack and Valent's quick draw shoot him?
Oh my god, I was right. It's catching the bullet in the head.
One of the defendant's specialties. Zack and Valent stand on either side of a girl. Then they shoot.
What?
But the bullets don't hit her. Instead, they hit everything else on stage.
Oh, okay.
This was one of the pistols they used in their show. Got a great design, huh? The kids love it.
Many boys and girls joined the police because of that pistol, I hear. I find that hard to believe. More likely, the children would be killed by the police for playing with a toy gun. You know, that would explain a lot about the police force. Ha 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 ha, based. Fuck the police.
Troop Gramry stopped doing that act a while ago.
I got this annoying-ass hangnail. I'll get it later. Doing the act a while ago.
The old man held on to that pistol ever since. The court would like to see the pistol in question.
Ah,
you got it, sir. Here she is. Well, this is truly a blast from the past. It's a stage pistol for magic shows, see? But it can fire real bullets. It looks so much bigger in real life than on TV. Yeah, but it can only hold one round. By the way, the pistol's firing chamber is empty. And it shows traces of having been fired recently.
Haha, so were any fingerprints found on the gun? Unfortunately, no. Well, the client does wear gloves. Of course, the defendant is known for wearing gloves. We might say that a lack of fingerprints is, in fact, a fingerprint of its own.
Aha, intriguing point, well made.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Not well made, not intriguing. Don't steal my thunder.
This fucking twink. In any case, the court accepts this evidence.
Stage pistol. One bullet. It fires one bullet, so we couldn't have shot twice.
My grandchild will get a kick out of seeing this. But now it's time to return to our testimony.
So, nope. There we go. The trickiest cases often seem the simplest. Prosecutor Gavin, you missed the bullet hole in the clown's forehead. If you hadn't missed that, you might have come to a very different conclusion. Understand?
Yeah, but like I just said, pal, after he shot the clown in the forehead, he went and
did nothing of the sort to the victim. The pistol proves he could not.
The murder weapon? How?
It's quite simple, Your Honor. This pistol only holds one bullet at a time.
Ah.
If he had shot the clown in the forehead, he couldn't have shot the victim, too.
Yeah.
You really gotta emote when you freak out. You can't just say, "Yarg," while standing still. That's not even a contradiction, not even close. All you had to do was reload the pistol after the first shot. Oh, where did you get the extra bullet? They're not so easy to come by, you know. If you claim the defendant had one ready, then prove to us how he got it.
Yeah.
I had a feeling this wasn't over yet. No, this party's just getting started. And I haven't proven anything yet beyond my good looks and startling record sales. And utter lack of humility.
What's this? Seems that the prosecution has another witness prepared.
Like I said, Herr Detective was just the warm-up act. Now that the audience has gotten a taste of what's to come, they're ready. Ready for what? For my decisive witness, of course. A witness who, you will find, can prove one thing for us. That it was Zack Gramry who shot the victim in the forehead.
Very well. We will pause for a 15-minute recess.
This might be my lucky break. I'll need that 15 minutes to talk to my client, Zack.
Court is adjourned.
And that might be a good place to stop. See you next time.